And I only lived 2 blocks from the school, so he'd walk me home after school practically every day.
In 1961, it seemed like Karen and Denny would be together forever.
After the football games or basketball games, you run down and you showered and everything, and she would be waiting up there for me.
But life threw the teenagers a curveball when Karen found out she was pregnant. Her family took her to a home for unwed mothers. Denny only got to visit her a couple times, including the day their baby girl was born. They held their daughter for about an hour before giving her up for adoption.
That was the last we saw of her. We had a photograph taken of her, and that was the last of our memories of her.
The couple wasn't just saying goodbye to their daughter. They were also saying goodbye to each other. Life was different in the 60s. After returning home from the military, Denny proposed to Karen, who said yes. But her family wanted her to get an education instead. Being in love and inseparable made it that much harder to separate.
No. I never stopped thinking about it. She's always had a corner of my heart. She was always there.
For the better part of 53 years, they lived different lives in different parts of the country. Finally, in 2014, curiosity got the better of Denny. He did an online search for Karen, found her, and left a message at her workplace in Everett, Washington.
So I called back immediately, and I said, "How did you find me?"
They talked nonstop like time had never passed. Then Denny flew out to see Karen.
It was just magic. She got a car and she ran around and she jumped on me, and I said, "Babe, you're home."
And it did feel like nothing much had changed, including his dimples when he smiled and his sparkling eyes.
They got married 36 hours later and settled down in the Twin Cities. But life wasn't quite complete. Not yet.
One day when he said, "Karen, it took me this long to find you. My life would be complete if we could find our daughter."
They worked with Lutheran Social Services to try and find Jean. The adoption agency sent Jean a letter that she initially dismissed. Luckily, her husband read it.
And then one day I came home from work and he says, "I think you better sit down." In the whole 30-some years of our marriage, he has never told me, "I think you need to sit down."
That's when she knew her biological parents were trying to find her. More letters were exchanged. Then on a May morning in 2016, they decided to meet.
When he walked through the door and I looked at him, I was like, oh my gosh, because I've never, ever looked like anybody. Ever in life. Never.
And now you do.
And now I do.
Karen, Denny, and Jean have since formed their own family. Jean has gotten to meet her half-siblings from Denny and Karen's previous marriages, and the couple has developed a bond with Jean's family. They're making up for lost birthdays, lost holidays, and lost time. They even wrote a book called How Did You Find Me? A New Life Together, thanks to a love that just wouldn't quit.
The love we have for each other is absolutely second to none. Even today, today is so strong, it's unbelievable.
In Northfield, John Lordson, WCCO 4 News.